This is the first time I've ever discussed any of this with anybody. I'm very protective of my own story. I think about my dad on Father's Day, but I think about my dad every day. I think about how great of a person my dad was, how much I looked up to him, how much I enjoyed just being with him.
To the rest of the world, Will Reeve's dad was just Superman.
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me! Who's got you?
And by the time he married Will's mom, Dana, in 1992, they were one of the country's hottest celebrity couples. 2 months after they tied the knot, Will was born, joining his half-brother and sister as Superman's kids.
I didn't think of them as what other people thought of them as. They were just my parents. They were the people who told me to turn off the TV, to eat my broccoli, to go to bed. I understood that not every child experiences then going to the grocery store and seeing their dad on the magazine at the checkout aisle. It was a totally normal childhood for me, which I understand sounds kind of ridiculous to some when you consider the facts that not only was my dad a public figure, a movie star, he was also probably the most famous paralyzed person on the planet.
In 1995, America's Superman was thrown from his horse and broke his neck. He forever lost the ability to walk or breathe without a respirator.
The fact that he was paralyzed did present its own set of challenges because we couldn't be spontaneous. That can be difficult, but I never felt deprived of a normal childhood, even though my experiences at face value were inherently different from other children my age. My dad taught me how to ride a bike from his wheelchair. My dad decided, you know what, Will, we're going outside and you're learning how to ride a bike just by listening to what I say. And he goes, okay, when I say go, you push down with your right foot, put your left foot on the pedal, and just go, 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 and keep your arms straight and your eyes straight ahead. And I didn't believe it was gonna work. I'm terrified, but I have my dad's voice behind me going, steady, steady, left, right, left, right. I do one lap, I'm scared, I'm wobbly, I'm unsure of myself. The second lap, I'm going a little faster, I'm a little more certain. By the third lap, I'm smiling, looking at my dad, I'm waving. He's smiling, going, oh my God. That meant so much to him. Later on, I would race him in the wheelchair. He would let me win. I've always been a huge sports fan. I've never been that great at sports, but he would always just leave me with this barrage of compliments, which looking back, you know, I cherish more than anything.
Will also cherished his mom, an endless source of strength.
My mom was one of the most courageous people I've ever had the privilege to know. She was the pillar for our family because there was so much chaos reigning around us. My mom just kept going forward.
I would not be where I am today with the positive outlook that I have and the sense of real hope and purpose if it were not for Dana.
She dedicated every day of her life to making sure that my dad and I were okay.
Christopher and Dana's determination inspired so many and led to the work of the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation. 1 year after his accident, Christopher Reeve appeared at the Oscars to a standing ovation. He used the moment as a call for action.
Hollywood needs to do more.
My dad was obsessed every day with finding a cure for spinal cord injury so that he might get up and walk again, and he truly believed that he would. That is what sustained him.
And now to the actor, Christopher Reeve, who died yesterday at the age of 52.
Late yesterday, she died of lung cancer at the age of 44.
My role at the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation has evolved and grown in recent years, which makes me so happy and proud. I'm an ambassador for my generation, for young people to get involved. My dad was on the cover of People for being one of the 25 most intriguing people of the year. I totally get why it would be intriguing. There was a lot to learn from my dad. He was a deep, complex person, and there was a lot to learn from how he lived his life and how he carried himself. I hope that I make my parents proud, and I know that I try to every day, and I like to think that they would be proud of me. I do know that the only thing that I can control is myself and living up to their legacy, and if I do that, we'll be all good.